Welcome again. In this video we will discuss about here different types of reactions. So first of all, the first reaction is combination reaction. Combination reaction is also termed as synthesis reaction because in this reaction a new product is formed or synthesized. So combination reactions are those chemical reactions in which two or more than two reactants combine together and form a new single product. It means in this reaction the condition is one and only one, that is product is must be single. It means two or more than two reactants combine together and form a single new product, then such reactions are termed as combination reaction. In combination reaction basically new products are formed, so these reactions are also termed as synthesis reaction because in this reaction a new product is synthesized. Like if we burn a piece of magnesium in the presence of oxygen, then it burn with sparking and form magnesium oxide as white ash. So in this reaction two different reactants combine together and form a new single product. So all types of reactions in which metal react with oxygen and form corresponding metallic oxides, or non-metals react with oxygen and form corresponding non-metallic oxides, metals react with hydrogen and form metallic hydrides, non-metals also react with hydrogen and form non-metallic hydrides. So all of these are combination reactions because in all these reactions two or more than two reactants combine together and form a new single product. So for example, carbon is one non-metal, all of you know that, and carbon react with oxygen form two types of oxide. The first one is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is formed when the amount of oxygen is with limited supply. It means suppose we burn a piece of coal in a closed furnace, then in closed furnace amount of oxygen is must be less because the furnace is basically closed here. So in this reaction carbon monoxide is formed because amount of oxygen is very little in case of closed furnace. But what happens if in this system a flow of oxygen or extra supply of oxygen is started? Then due to excess supply of oxygen carbon dioxides are formed. So this one is also a part of combination reaction. Similarly, a different metals like sodium react with hydrogen form sodium hydride. Also calcium react with hydrogen form calcium hydride. So all of these are combination reactions because in these reactions two reactant or two or more than two reactants combine together here and form a new single product. Like other examples of combination reactions are calcium oxide dissolve in water, then it forms calcium hydroxide. So this one is also one combination reaction. So in combination reaction the condition is only one, the product is must be one or single. It means reactants may be two or more than two, no problem, but your product is still one here, and such reactions are termed as combination reactions. Other examples of combination reactions are like calcium with oxygen form calcium oxide. So all type of oxide formation, hydride formations are example of combination reactions because in these reactions two or more than two reactants combine together and form a single new product. These are also termed as synthesis reaction. Similarly, the second type is decomposition reaction, which is just reverse of combination reaction. So in decomposition reaction reactant is 1 and their products are either 2 or more than 2. It means decomposition reactions are those chemical reactions in which one reactant decompose and provide 2 or more than 2 products. Like when we heated a piece of calcium carbonate, then it formed calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So this one is one example of decomposition reaction, because in this reaction one reactant decompose and give 2 or more than 2 new products. So this one is one decomposition reaction. Actually decomposition is due to either heat energy or light energy or electrical energy. So depending upon their energy sources, decomposition reactions are classified in 3 different categories. These are thermal decomposition reaction, in which due to heat energy one compound decompose and give 2 or more than 2 products. Like another example, a lead nitrate PbNO3 Hal 2 heated strongly, then it formed lead oxide, nitrogen oxide and also oxygen. So this one is also one thermal decomposition reaction, because this decomposition is due to heat energy and heat energy is represented by one small delta sign. तो आप इससे heat के sign को represent कर सकते हो. Now the next one is light decomposition reaction. This one also known as photo decomposition reaction, because these reactions are initiated by photons or UV lights, or we can call it a simple light. Like all of you know that about bleaching powder. When bleaching powder exposed in sunlight, especially in UV light, then it again decompose and form calcium oxide and chlorine. So this decomposition is due to light. So this one is known as either photo decomposition or light decomposition reaction. Other examples like silver chloride exposed in UV light, it provides solid silver and release chlorine gas. So this one is also photo decomposition reaction, because in this decomposition light act as energetic source here. यहाँ पे लाइट हमारा एक एनर्जी सोर्स के रूप में यूज हो रहा है, जबकि ऊपर वाले रिएक्शन में हीट एनर्जी एक एनर्जी सोर्स के रूप में हमने यूज किया, एंड ड्यू टू दैट हीट एनर्जी दिस रिएक्टेंट डिकम्पोज एंड provide 2 or more than 2 products. So this one is thermal decomposition, and these are example of photo decomposition or light decomposition. If this decomposition is initiated with the help of electric current, then such decomposition reactions are known as electrical decomposition, also termed as electrolysis. So example of electrolysis is water, DC electric supply, and just we added a small amount of either acid, base or salt in water, because we know that water is a completely covalent compound which is a bad conductor or insulator, act as insulator. So we must have to add a small amount of either acid or base or salt for increasing the conductivity of water. So if we add a small amount of either acid or base or salt in water, then it becomes a good conductor of electricity, and it dissociates as 2H plus and O double minus. 2H plus is cation, so it attracted towards cathode, and O double minus is anion, so it attracted towards anode. And when in decomposition of water, when water consists electricity, DC electric current, then water dissociate into their constituent ions 2H plus and O double minus. O double minus is anion, So O double minus attracted at anode and it just lose their 2 extra electrons and converted into nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen again converted into oxygen gas. So oxygen gas is liberated at anode and these loosened electrons again accepted by hydrogen 2H plus, which is cation. So cation attracted towards cathode, and at cathode 2H plus accept these 2 electrons and converted into 2 nascent hydrogen, which one gave hydrogen gas. So this hydrogen gas liberated at cathode. So this one is example of electrical dissociation decomposition reaction, because in this reaction decomposition reaction initiated with the help of electric current. So this one is electrical decomposition or also known as electrolysis process. So आप इसके जगह पे आप कोई भी दूसरा कंपाउंड हम लोग यूज कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि मैं यहाँ पे NaCl अगेन इस्तेमाल कर रहा हूँ कि अगर NaCl का एक सॉल्यूशन अगर बनाया जाए और इसमें अगर आप DC इलेक्ट्रिक करंट का अगर सप्लाई दिया जाए, सो वैसे केस में क्या होगा कि हमारा फिर से ये ब्रेक होगा जस्ट लाइक दिस वन, Na प्लस एंड Cl माइनस. So Cl minus again, which is one anion, so at anode it loses their 1 electron and converted into nascent chlorine, and this chlorine atom again converted into 1/2 Cl2, and chlorine gas liberated at anode. And now Na plus, which accept these electrons, extra electron, and converted into Na solid at cathode. So during electrical decomposition reaction, products are released at anode and cathode. It means के जब भी आप इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस आप प्रोसेस करोगे तो जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स बनते हैं ये प्रोडक्ट्स इलेक्ट्रोड्स के ऊपर रिलीज होते हैं. उनमें से जो प्रोडक्ट की एनोड के ऊपर रिलीज होता है दैट मस्ट बी नेगेटिव इन नेचर, बिकॉज एनायंस अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड्स एनोड and at anode they just loses their electron and converted into their stable form, like in this case converted into chlorine, in this condition it converted into oxygen gas. Now other examples of electrical decompositions are electrolysis of alumina. In electrolysis of alumina it means Al2O3. All of you know that Al2O3 is one covalent compound. So their conductivity is very less. It means it is completely one insulator. It can't flow electric current. So it is a bad conductor or insulator. But if we add a small amount of cryolite, cryolite is one ionic compound, Na3AlF6. So Na3AlF6 is cryolite. So this one is one ionic compound. When cryolite is added in alumina, then their melting point becomes low and also their conductivity becomes high due to fluoride ions present in cryolite. So due to these fluoride ions, the conductivity of alumina becomes higher and also their melting point and boiling point becomes low. It means it can melt at lower temperature or less temperature when we mixed some cryolite in alumina. So जैसे ही cryolite को आप इसमें ऐड करते हैं और इलेक्ट्रिक करंट का आप सप्लाई देते हो, DC इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. So this one again dissociate into their constituent ions like 2Al3 plus and 3O double minus. 3O double minus. So 3O double minus again loses their 6 electron So why 6 electron? Because one oxygen atom consists 2 negative charge. It means कि one oxygen atom hold 2 extra electrons. It means 3 oxygen must hold 6 extra electrons, and these 6 extra electrons loses at anode, and this oxygen converted into nascent oxygen atom, which one converted into 3/2 O2. So oxygen gas liberated at anode, and this loosened electron accepted by aluminium atom. So 2Al3 plus accept these electrons and converted into solid sodium, which one deposited at cathode. So aluminium deposited at cathode and oxygen gas released at anode in the form of gas. So here in this reaction, oxygen gas released at anode and aluminium deposited at cathode during electrolysis of alumina. And alumina is completely one covalent compound. When we added a small amount of cryolite, then it becomes a good conductor of electricity, and also their melting and boiling point becomes low.